The death of Pope Francis is a personal loss to me. It's not just that the Pope died. Pope Francis is special to me in many ways. One, he appointed me bishop. Not just that he appointed me bishop. I was the first bishop he appointed in Africa. And one of the first he appointed all over the world. I will never forget my first audience with him after my appointment. As he shook my hands very warmly with both hands, he remembered that I was engaged at the Urbaniana that was just on the hill close to the Vatican, and told me, looking at me straight in the eyes, told me in Italian, "Non ti spaventare," meaning, don't be afraid. Sometimes people think that the bishop is risking too much. Well, the man who appointed me, who spoke in the name of Christ, told me not to be afraid. And I'm not afraid of anything. My priests know that I already asked them to prepare my resting place at the crypta of the cathedral. Each time I met him, on that first day, he was the one who spoke to me. He whispered something to me after having told me, "Non ti spaventare." But every other time I met him, I put my mouth right into his ear and whispered something to him. And each time it was an assurance of prayer, a request for his prayer and blessing for the priests, religious and lay faithful of Nsukka Diocese. And he always promised to do that. The last time I met him was in June last year. And after having delivered that usual message, often if you see me with the Pope, you'll see us in a photograph whispering something to one another. I brought him greetings from my mother. Mama Bongwama and Jerum. Also, Mbudube Pope, Bonsia, make a Gamenkachi Gusi, me will again so on Gusi. So this time before going, I went and told her. And she told me to greet the Pope. And when I did that, the Holy Father did not just say thank you. He asked me, "How old is your mother?" I told him the age, about 90. He had given me one rosary for myself. He called for a special rosary and gave it to me and said, "That is for your mother." Those were the last words Pope Francis spoke to me personally. If not for the circumstances of today, I would probably have either been in Rome or on my way to Rome for his burial. But a few things, including the closure of the airport in Enugu, made me to shelve the idea of traveling. But I consoled myself also with the disposition of Pope Francis. When he was appointed Pope, it would have been normal for many people from his native Argentina to fly from Argentina to Rome for his inauguration as Pope. But he sent a message to them, "Don't come. The money you would have spent on transport and hotel, give it to the poor." So, I consoled myself. The Pope who told people not to waste money coming for his inauguration would also have told me not to waste money coming for his burial. But what he instructed his people is what I have heard him instruct me now. Whatever money I would have spent going to Rome will be given to the poor. That was his life. That was his witness. And he told us Every one of us is called to be holy, and you can be a saint and should be one. And if you look at the life of your brother or your sister closely, you will find something to thank God for and to imitate. Stop looking only at the things he's not doing well. Saints, he said, are not people who had no faults, but people who lived some virtues in spite of their faults to exemplary levels. You too are called to be saints. The best way to remember the dead is to promote the values they lived for.